You're listening to the City World Radio Network, high-definition digital radio broadcasting from the city to the world. www.cityworldradio.com.
Hi, this is Ray Gelato. My music can be heard on the City World Radio Broadcasting Network, on the Lounging with Lombardi music program, with your host, the legendary DJ, Mr. John Lombardi. Now dim the lights, pour your favorite beverage, and enjoy the music.
I could while away the hours, conferring with the flowers, consulting with the rain. My head I'd be scratching while my thoughts were busy hatching, if I only had a brain. I'd unravel every riddle for every individual in trouble or in pain. With the thoughts I'd be thinking I could be another Lincoln if I only had a brain. I could tell you why the ocean's near the shore. I could think of things I never thought before. Then I'd sit and think some more. I would not be such a nothing, my head all full of stuffing, my heart all full of pain. Perhaps I deserve you and be even worthier of you if I only had a brain. Could tell you why the ocean's near the shore. I could think of things I'd never thought before. Then I'd sit and think some more. I would not be such a nothing, my head all full of stuffing, my heart all full of pain. Perhaps I deserve you and be even worthier of you if I only had a brain. If I only had a brain. If I only had a brain. this rain, my heart the flower. I need your love or I will die. My very life is in your power. Will I wither and fade or bloom to the sky? Água de Pepe, água de Pepe, camarada. Água de Pepe, água de Pepe, camarada. Distant deserts, the rain can fall upon the sea. The rain can fall upon the flower. Since the rain has to fall, then let it fall on me. Água de Pepe, água de Pepe, camarada. Água de Pepe, água de Pepe, camarada.
Well, good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to City World Radio. My name is Sarah Hayes, and you are listening to Lounging with Lombardi. This is the program from our very dear friend, the late DJ John Lombardi. We just lost John this past week, so we are hosting his show and just paying tribute to John and having some of his favorite artists come by the station and sit in and play some music. And we've got friends calling in to pay their respects as well. But tonight we're going to have one of John Lombardi's favorite artists from the George G. Orchestra, but now his own. He's out there doing his own thing as well, the wonderful John Dokes. And we're so honored and thrilled to have this this wonderful, beautiful musician, vocalist here in the studio with us. Hi, John.
Hey, Sarah. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm so glad to see you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
I love your voice. I just love hearing you sing it. Always, George's CD, Swing Makes You Happy.
Yes.
Well, John Dokes makes me happy, and when you sing with George, you make everybody happy. We love you. You're
Thank
great.
you very much. Now, I do want to say condolences to John's family and close friends. He was a great guy. Always had great energy. It was always good to see him in the audience, and I appreciate everything he did for me.
Yeah, he was a wonderful man. He was so supportive of all the artists and musicians, and go to everybody's show and get everybody on the radio with him, and just really was very encouraging, beautiful man. So
Indeed.
And he'd be very happy to know that you're here with us tonight, and very excited that we're going to be listening to your new album. Just want to say the last songs we were listening to are from another album of yours called Forever Reasons.
Correct. Yes.
And do you want to tell us a little bit about that before we talk about your new album?
That album came out about 2 years ago, 2017. And that was the title track was a song that I wrote called Forever Reasons.
Wow.
Written, a lot of the songs that I chose for that particular project were, focused on a different version of love. And this one seems to be focused on all aspects of love.
Many aspects of love.
I can't seem to get away from love.
Love's a wonderful thing. That's okay. It's okay. We love love.
Love is a many splendored thing.
It is a many splendored thing. I think love is just beautiful.
Perhaps that'll be on my next CD. Love is a many splendored thing.
Well, anything you sing is beautiful, and I love everything you sing. I love your voice.
I appreciate it.
And we're so excited to share it with the audience tonight. So this is from your album True Love.
Yes.
And we're going to start with the first track on here.
Yeah, the first track is called A Sleeping Bee, and that is from a play called Hothouse Flowers. I was inspired to do that as part of this project by hearing Nancy Wilson do it with Cannonball Adderley. And when I thought about doing the project, I wanted to focus on a different horn. For other reasons, I worked with David Gibson, and we used in his trombone and musical direction, along with the direction of Steve Anderson. For this particular project, I wanted to work with Mark Gross and integrate the alto sax and a little bit of flute into the process. And hopefully I have another one coming up, which will have another horn to be named later, coming up in a couple of years.
You're just making CDs right and left. It
won't be right and left. It'll be a little bit of ways for the next one to come through, but I was happy to get a chance to work with the same rhythm section again for this one, Lawrence Leathers, Alex Claffey, and Steve Anderson, and then to include Mark Gross as part of it.
They're all great musicians, beautiful musicians.
Thanks.
Yeah. Well, all right, so this is A Sleepin' Bee, so...
In the palm of your hand, you're bewitched and deep in love's long looked after land, where you'll see a sun-up sky in the morning dew, and where the days go laughing by when love comes calling on you. Sleep on me, don't awaken, can't believe what just passed. She's mine for the taking, I'm so happy at last. Maybe I dream, but she seems sweet, golden as a crown. Sleeping bee done told me I'll walk with my feet off the ground when my one true love I have found. sleeping in the palm of your hand. You're bewitched and deep in love's long looked after land, where you'll see a sun-up sky in the morning dew, and where the days go laughing by when love comes calling on you. Sleep on me, don't awaken, can't believe what just passed. She is mine for the taking. Oh, I'm so happy at last. Maybe I dream, but she seems sweet, golden as a crown. Sleeping bee done told me I walk with my feet off the ground when my one true love I have found. I got a sleeping little bee. She used to look straight ahead. Now she's looking at me. Sleeping bee, don't you waken. She's mine for the taking. You're busy little bee, huh? I see you buzzing over there. Are you buzzing in there? True love, true love, true love.
Oh, good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you just joining us, this is Sarah Hayes here at City World Radio, lounging with Lombardi, and we are so excited. Tonight in the studio, we have the wonderful, the one and only Mr. John Dokes, and we are listening to his new album from Rondette Jazz, and it just came out. It's called True Love. Hi.
Hi.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Tell us some more. Tell us about Rondette Jazz and everything you got going on.
So Rondette Jazz is a label that was put together by Ian Hendrickson Smith and Adam Scone. Ian is another famous alto player. He's actually right now a part of the Tonight Show. He performs with the Roots on a regular basis.
Wow.
So you can probably see him tonight performing, and hopefully I'll talk to him at some point this week. But it's been great working with the label.
It's a great label. I know they've got a lot of great people on there.
Yeah, and Ron Sunshine, George Sheep have been on the label. And it's just the best thing about it from me is just getting Ian's insight in terms of the different types of songs that we want to put on the CDs, and also his aesthetic in terms of not only listening to the music, but also he also designed the cover and the album.
I think the cover is beautiful. It's just classic. It's clean, classy, and of course sexy and elegant and all of the above.
You're already on my good side, right?
I am. I hope so, but I am one of your biggest fans. So
cool.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, that's Ian. I mean, they really really professional and just really supportive, so it's been great.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, we're so happy to and honored to be listening to this album for the first time here in the studio. But we have a surprise guest that just came in. The lovely Michelle Collier is in the studio with us, all the way from Swing 46 Jazz and Supper Club. She, in her own right, is a beautiful vocalist and big band singer with the Steven Santoro Orchestra. And she's also the manager there at Swing 46, who, by the way, a big shout out to John Akhtar. Hi, John, if you're listening. We want to thank you for sponsoring this week's episode of City World Radio Lounging with Lombardi. So thank you so much. Hi, Michelle. Welcome.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you? Thank you so much for having me.
We're so glad to have you here. It was fantastic.
I'm happy to be here with the handsome and lovely Mr. John Dokes.
Yeah, see, another one on your good
We're
side.
very excited to have his new album out.
I'm thrilled. Yes. So, yeah. What are we going to listen to next, John?
So the next tune is actually a song that was introduced to me by Mark Gross, the saxophone player on the project. And when I heard it, there was a line that sort of stands out, and it made me have a little bit of doubt because the line says, "I'm not very bright, and she's not very bright," which I don't think applies to me or anyone I've ever dated.
I've always had issue with that line.
But it's a great melody and a great tune. I made a little tweak toward the second time around. After that, I'm Not Very Bright line. So have a listen.
You know, that's always open to interpretation because, maybe it's how you... Yeah, Michelle and I've had this discussion about what's the song you don't... I always sing it, and I always sort of... It gets under her skin a little bit. It's the... oh, you're nobody till somebody loves you. For some reason, that drives you crazy.
Yeah.
And I said, it's a matter of interpretation, I think. I don't know. So, you know what? Let's hear the song and let's see what it's all about. Yes? What do you think? I don't know.
I wanna be no one but me. I am in love with a lady who loves me the way I am. I have my faults, she likes my faults. I'm not very bright, she's not very bright. She thinks I'm grand, that's grand for me. She may be wrong, but if we get along, what do we care? Say we. Walking on the shore, swimming in the sea. When I am with her, I'm glad the boy who's with her is nobody else but be no one but me. I am in love with a lady who loves me the way I am. She likes my faults, I've got a lot of faults. I'm not very bright, she's not very bright. You know that ain't right. She thinks I'm grand, baby, that's grand for me. She may be wrong, but if we get along, what do we care? Say we. Walking on the shore, swimming in the sea. When I am with her, I'm glad the boy who's with her is nobody else but me. Nobody else but me.
Listen to that Alex Claffey bass.
Oh, that was beautiful. I love that. You are just swinging. You are You're a cool cat. You're pretty. It doesn't get much cooler than John Dokes, I got to say.
Thank you.
Right, Michelle?
I agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah, all right. So we were having a little laugh in between that because we were discussing that with that one lyric, but, I get it. It was just sort of meant to be sort of comical, I think that's my interpretation.
I'm sure it was based on a character that was in the play. That
Yes,
I'm sure.
exactly. So, and that was Jerome Kern. Jerome Kern. I can't speak. What is wrong? I can't speak today. Jerome Kern. Okay. and Oscar Hammerstein. They wrote that. So, did you know?
I think maybe you could also change that other song to "You're Nobody Until You Love Somebody," because then that might make you feel better about it.
Michelle's doing the funny Michelle Collier eye roll. She's shaking her head.
Nothing's going to save that song for you.
Well, I think if you look at that song in the whole context of all the lyrics.
Because if you think of love as an action and as giving back to the world and as contributing something, it's not like you need it. It's not like you're yearning for it. But if you really think about it as you're part of what you're doing here while you're on this earth is contributing to by loving somebody and showing them in the world that you love them. Maybe that's the way of thinking about it.
Oh. Yes, that's a good intention.
Okay.
Well-intentioned.
Okay,
song.
wait, heart flutter. Okay, John Dokes. Okay, that was beautiful.
He does it again.
He does it again. Are you blushing? Okay, so which leads us to this next song. One of my favorite songs. I love this song, and I, again, just love your version of this. It's
Thank
called
you. Never Let Me Go.
Oh, okay.
Never let me go. Love me much too much. If you let me go, life would lose its touch. What would I be without you? There's no place for me without you. Never let me go. I'd be so lost if you went away. There'd be 1,000 hours in the day. Without you, I know. Because of one caress, my world was overturned. At the very start, all my bridges burned by my flaming heart. You'd never leave me, would you? You couldn't hurt me, could you? Never let me go. Never let me go. at the very start. Oh, my bridges burned by my flaming heart. You'd never leave me, would you? You couldn't hurt me, could you? Never let me go, never let me go. Don't let me go. Don't let me go. Don't let me go. Don't let me go.
Beautiful. Just
you.
beautiful. John Dokes, everybody.
Thank you.
And the album is True Love, and that is on the Rondette Jazz label. And we're here in the studio with John Dokes.
And that was Lawrence Leathers killing it on the drums toward the end
Yes.
of that tune there.
nice.
Fantastic.
It was lovely. Yeah. And Steve Einerson.
Steve Einerson,
We
yes.
love Steve, too, on the piano. That's just beautiful. Oh, congratulations. That's so exciting.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, and so how many albums have you done now? How many CDs?
This is number 3.
Number
so
3.
the first one was a big band CD with George G. Swing Orchestra.
Yes, and we love
Called,
George G. Orchestra.
Yeah, it was called John Dokes Sings, George G. Swings.
Okay.
The second one was, of course, Forever Reasons, and this one is True Love. I've also appeared on a few of George's other CDs as well, including the Swing Makes You Happy.
Swing Makes You Happy. Hi, George G. If you're listening, we're giving you a shout out. And George, by the way, will be at Swing 46 Jazz and Supper Club this evening from 8:30 to 11:30. He's there every Tuesday with the big band.
Yep.
And
And John sings with them
yes,
quite often.
Quite often.
John sings and swings and keeps the place just hopping and going, and everybody loves you. And
You actually
great show.
did you actually start out dancing?
I did start out dancing, yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, I started out dancing, and George's Orchestra was actually one of my favorite bands.
Mm-hmm.
And one day I was dancing with Dawn Hampton, and one of my favorite dancers, of course.
I love
legendary
Dawn. Miss Dawn.
Hampton.
Love her.
And she heard me singing while we were dancing, and she said, "You should sing with the band." And so I decided to surprise her for her birthday. George was performing at Irving Plaza, and so I joined him for a couple of songs. And after that, the band started to ask me to perform with them again, and that's how I started
What a
singing.
great story.
I did not realize that. I didn't.
And now we are blessed with John Dokes, the vocalist.
I know, but I mean, I know that you're such a great dancer, and everybody, there's videos all online of you dancing with Dawn Hampton.
Wait,
and
there's videos? Oh my
yeah, lots of videos, and
And while you're performing with George G,
he would jump off
every
the
week
stage.
you jump off the
and
stage, you get on the floor, you pick some girl out of the audience and dance with her, or
It-
do your own little thing.
It
It's
depends
always
on where my
exciting.
knees are in the week in question. But yeah, sometimes.
yeah, but well, I knew you hadn't always been doing that. That you had kind of come in later in the game. You'd been a dancer first, but
Yep.
had you been singing your whole life though, just on the side or
I
doing
actually,
anything?
my father. I grew up. My father was in a singing group in the 70s.
Okay.
They were more styled toward the Temptations style
okay.
of singing, and I didn't actually sound like my father, and so I didn't think anybody wanted to hear me sing, and so I sang in the shower, and then I heard Harry Connick Jr. sing, and I heard Nat King Cole, and I heard Joe Williams, and I was like,
Yeah.
I love this style of music, and then I just started singing it a lot on the side to myself, and then it became a thing.
Well, you have such a gift. It's so
Thank you.
beautiful, and you have a fan club. You have,
Thank you.
it's just wonderful. So I know you're gonna have.
Is there an official John Dokes fan club? Because if not, we can start it with the president and vice president.
Yes, I like that.
There's not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
There's a fan page on Facebook.
Yes, okay. Well, I think your wife and your daughters are the head of the fan club, and we'll right behind, and they're so sweet. They're
Thank
so
you.
sweet.
Thank
Oh, gosh. Okay, so what do we have? What do we have next, boy?
Coming up next, we have "You Are Too Beautiful." I actually,
Oh, stop! Why? Thanks, John. Oh, he was talking to you, Michelle. Sorry.
so this song I of course heard by Coltrane and Johnny Hartman,
Uh-huh.
and I a lot of times when you're sort of developing your own style, you try to avoid listening to other singers, and I've had to avoid listening to a lot of my favorites. But Johnny Hartman, of course, did an amazing job on this song, and so I wanted to do something a little bit different with it and speed it up a bit, and here's the result.
All right. Can't wait.
You are too beautiful, my dear, to be true, and I am a fool for beauty. Fooled by a feeling that because I have found you, I could have bound you too. You are too beautiful for one man alone, for one lucky fool to be with, when there are other guys with eyes of their own to see with. Love does not stand sharing, not if you care. Have you been comparing my every kiss with theirs? If on the other hand I'm faithful to you, it's not through a sense of duty. You are too beautiful and I am a fool for beauty. For beauty, fooled by a feeling that because I have found you, I could have bound you too. You are too beautiful for one man alone, for one lucky fool to be with, when there are other guys with eyes of their own to see with. Love does not stand sharing, not if you care. Have you been comparing my every kiss with theirs? If on the other hand I'm faithful to you, it's not through a sense of duty. You are too beautiful and I am a fool for beauty.
Okay. You Are Too Beautiful. That is track number 4 on the True Love album by the wonderful John Dokes. Thank you, John. That is just too beautiful.
Grazie.
Wow. Michelle, how you doing? We've got Michelle Collier in the studio with us as well.
Great. Enjoying the tunes.
Yeah. Just
It's always good to have an audience. It's always good.
it's well. You not only do you have an audience, you have a very big. You've got an international audience tonight.
Yes.
So want to say hello and warm wishes to all of our friends all over the world tuning in tonight to City World Radio. It's wonderful.
That's why I use the only Italian I know. So it's great.
Oh,
Grazie.
grazie. It was beautiful. You did great. You did great.
Thank you.
So what do we have coming up next? Tell us about it.
So the next song is actually a song that I heard along with many, many others from the movie Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. It was always a favorite of mine.
Mine too. And I think,
one of the things I love about this version of the song is Steve's intro. he really sets it up nicely and sets the vibe. And Steve Anderson, he's an amazing piano player. So
Yep.
if you get a chance to just hear him solo, it's worth it.
That's great. Well, we're looking forward to this, and this is track number 5. This is
Pure Imagination.
Pure Imagination.
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, standing in a world of my creation. What we'll see will defy explanation. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to, do it. Wanna change the world, there's nothing to it. There is no life I know to compare with pure imagination. Living there, you'll be free if you truly wish to. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. anything you want to do it. Wanna change the world, there's nothing to it. There is no life I know to compare with pure imagination. Living there, you'll be free if you truly wish to be. Thank you.
Yay.
Thank you.
That was Pure Imagination. And the album is True Love. And that's John Dokes. The wonderful John Dokes. What a voice, right, Michelle?
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes. just beautiful. It's just, and sounds great. So tell us about the flute solo on that. Was beautiful.
So that was Mark Gross. Yes, but, he when we were doing the song, he asked me, "You mind if I do flute on this?" I'm like, "Mark, you're Mark Gross. Do whatever you want to do."
Yeah, right.
And of course, it fit perfectly.
It's perfect for that song.
It was.
So
Yeah.
that was great.
There was just such a beautiful, warm rendition. It was just so thoughtful and lovely, and loved it. Yep.
Thanks.
All right. Well, so what do you have next for us?
So next we have an original tune called "Cool Enough,"
Mm-hmm.
and I was actually when I was putting the project together, I wanted to do something from Bill Withers,
Mm-hmm.
and I couldn't quite find the right way to do it to make it fit in this. And Hillary Gardner actually sent me a couple of Bill Withers tunes.
Yeah.
And Steve had some ideas, but nothing was really working for me, and so I decided to write my own song.
That works.
Yeah, just go ahead and write my own song. I love that.
So, and this sort of came together. It started out, I was thinking I was going to do a lot. I was going to sort of have Shakespeare in the background in my mind and refer to his different plays. And none of that actually happened, but it actually got me started in going down the path of writing it. And it's really about a guy who's, trying to be the guy.
The cool guy?
Cool enough.
Cool enough.
You know what, John Dokes, I think you're cool
You're
enough.
more than cool enough.
All right. Take it away, Jade.
Woke up next to a summer's dream, and with a pinch it all seemed so real. Read the outline of the opening scene. It said that you want to stay. Well, I hope that's really how you feel. My friends told me, keep up your guard. Said being open just wasn't cool. Finding an angel was not in my cards. But you got your wings, then you made my wish come true. Am I cool now or a fool somehow? Thinking a guy like me could make a girl like you happy. Am I cool now or a fool somehow? Hoping a guy like me could change your world for all to see. Well, baby, when this day is through, I don't want to rise and look for someone new. I want to wake up and be cool enough for you. next to a summer's dream, and with a pinch it all seems so real. Read the outline of the opening scene. It says that you want to stay. Well, I hope that's really how you feel. My friends told me, keep up your guard, so being open just wasn't cool. Finding an angel was not in my cards, but you got your wings, then you made my wish come true. Am I cool now or a fool somehow? Thinking a guy like me could make a girl like you happy. Am I cool now or a fool somehow? Thinking a guy like me could change your world for all to see. Well, baby, when this day is through, I don't want to rise and look for someone new. I want to wake up and be cool enough for you. Am I cool? 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 Am I cool?
You are cool enough, John Dokes. That's a great song.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wow. Folks, you're listening to the wonderful John Dokes on the Rondette Jazz album. Just came out. When was that? May 3rd?
May 3rd, yes.
May 3rd. It was just released.
Yes.
So big congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And we're so happy to be airing it here on City World Radio.
Happy to be here.
Well, we're so thrilled to have you here. And want to also thank our friend Michelle Collier from Swing 46 Jazz and Supper Club, who stopped by to see us tonight and talk to us. Michelle,
We're happy to be here. I was glad to hear John's album. And if anybody wants to get the actual album, either CD or vinyl, you can buy it in person from John Dokes this Friday at Swing 46 Jazz and Supper Club.
He'll be performing there with George G. Orchestra.
9:30 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Yeah, and if you come
I'm there that late? Oh, my God.
Yeah. And if you come at 9 o'clock, you can take the dance lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've got live music there 7 nights a week, big band shows. And when are you performing there again with the Stephen Santoro Orchestra?
Next Friday.
Okay, fantastic.
So George is this Friday, Stephen Santoro's next Friday.
Fantastic. All right, folks. So once again, you can check out the rondettejazz.com website and find out more about John Dokes. You can check out John Dokes' fan page and his website.
JohnDokes.com.
And JohnDokes.com. Yes. And if you come by Swing 46, you can get a picture and an autograph.
And on Instagram, John Dokes 3.
Okay. Now, we're going to have to say goodbye to all of our wonderful friends out there in Radio Land, here from City World Radio. You have been listening to Lounging with Lombardi. And my name is Sarah Hayes. And once again, I want to thank Michelle Collier for stopping by and John Dokes. And tell us about the last song we're going to play.
The last song is Comes Love. I don't think there's really any description needed, except that I always forget the words when I perform this live. So
I make up lyrics all the time. It's kind of part of the fun. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a beautiful week ahead.
Comes a rainstorm, put your rubbers on your feet. Comes a snowstorm, you can get a little heat. Comes love, nothing can be done. Comes a fire, you know just what to do. Blow a tire, buy another shoe. But comes love, nothing can be done. Don't try hiding, there isn't any use. You'll start sliding when your heart turns on. The juice comes a headache, you can lose it in a day. Comes a toothache, see a dentist right away. Comes love, nothing can be done. Comes a heat wave, you can hurry to the shore. Comes a summons, hide behind the door. Comes love, nothing can be done. Comes the measles, quarantine the room. Comes a mousy, chase it with a broom. Comes love, nothing can be done. That's all, brother, if you've ever been in love. That's all, brother, you know just what I'm speaking of. Comes a nightmare, you can always stay awake. Comes depression, you may get another break. Comes love, nothing can be done. Nothing can